He chased her for years, turned his crush into a fairy tale romance, and showed the world he had finally won. But now, Yo Gotti is left heartbroken after Angela Simmons quietly confirmed she has moved on, and his desperate attempts to win her back are only making headlines louder. Have you spotted any details I missed, or do you have thoughts about Angela and Gotti's relationship? Share them in the comments, but please keep it respectful. And if you enjoy stories that uncover the truth behind hip-hop's biggest stars, make sure to hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss the next chapter.
Too many things are going this way. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that. Even down to my travel, I'm like, ooh, if it's like off, that flight ain't for me, or this ain't for me. Like,
so then that was kind of like a hold up. You know what I'm saying? What's going on here? And
did that make you want to be a rapper more, or make you want to make more money to get it back?
Nah.
Back in 2015, Yo Gotti turned the hip-hop world upside down when he boldly admitted his crush on Angela Simmons. He didn't hide it in whispers or behind closed doors. He went public, even rapping about it and sending direct messages that left fans buzzing. It was unusual for a rapper of his stature to make his feelings so open, but that boldness worked in his favor. People loved the story of a Memphis rapper daring to pursue the daughter of hip-hop royalty, Reverend Run's child, Angela. For years, it seemed like nothing more than a long-shot fantasy, a dream that entertained the internet more than it promised reality. But then, against the odds, the dream came true. In 2023, Angela posted a photo on Instagram declaring Yo Gotti as her man with the words, "You are everything I need." Suddenly, the fantasy became fact. What once looked like a distant crush had blossomed into an official relationship that fans described as grown-up couple goals. It was a modern, hip-hop love story that felt too perfect to fail. On Instagram, Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti looked like the definition of a power couple. Glossy photos, matching smiles, and captions that screamed stability and love. To fans, it was a refreshing change from the usual drama-filled celebrity romances. But insiders quickly began to suggest that not everything was as perfect as it seemed. Angela reportedly felt she was putting more energy into the relationship than she was getting back. While Gotti was busy running his CMG empire, signing artists, and constantly traveling, Angela wanted something different: consistency, stability, and real partnership. She wasn't looking to be a plus one in someone else's story. She had her own fashion brands, her role as a mother, and her identity outside of Gotti's shadow. According to those close to her, Angela began noticing red flags, small signals, that her effort wasn't being matched. And while social media painted a picture of couple goals, Angela quietly realized she might have been trying harder than Gotti. For her, it wasn't about gifts or public displays. It was about time, attention, and reassurance. And when that wasn't there, the glossy image began to crack.
No.
I'm not with him.
No.
Oh. Yeah. Not by choice, but, I respect him.
Yeah! Let's go! Yeah, AP.
The turning point came when Yo Gotti's growing closeness with his artist GloRilla started raising eyebrows. At first, fans dismissed their bond as business. After all, she was the breakout star of CMG, and it made sense for Gotti to be hands-on with her career. But when he surprised her with extravagant gifts, a $200,000 Maybach truck and a $65,000 diamond watch, people began to question his motives. These weren't the gestures of a label boss. They looked more like the actions of a man trying to impress someone on a personal level. Rumors started swirling, and whispers turned into headlines. Angela may not have been the jealous type, but she wasn't blind either. She could see the red flags, and so could the public. The more attention Gotti gave to GloRilla, the more his relationship with Angela began to crumble in silence. Things truly spiraled when GloRilla embarrassed Yo Gotti live on Instagram. In front of thousands of viewers, she playfully clowned him, making him look less like a powerful label boss and more like a man caught off guard. It was the kind of moment that spreads fast online. Memes, comments, and speculation flooded social media. Suddenly, the rapper who once looked untouchable was being mocked. And while the internet laughed, Angela Simmons quietly took note. Angela didn't rant, didn't post cryptic messages, and didn't air her grievances online. Instead, she chose silence, a silence that spoke louder than words. In one interview, she simply smiled and said, "Not my choice, but I respect him." It was graceful, almost elegant, like a quiet mic drop. To some, it sounded like closure. To others, it was a warning that the relationship was over long before fans realized it. While Gotti's public image was being chipped away by rumors and jokes, Angela was already moving in a different direction. She poured her energy into her businesses, her fitness brand, and most importantly, raising her son. To her, stability mattered more than luxury cars or diamond watches. By stepping back quietly, she protected her peace while Gotti struggled to hold on to both his relationship and his reputation. After the breakup became clear, Yo Gotti reportedly began scrambling to fix what was lost. Behind the scenes, insiders claimed he was reaching out to Angela with flowers, late-night phone calls, and even using mutual friends to mediate. At the same time, fans noticed his activity on Instagram, liking old posts and dropping subtle hints that he still missed her. To many, it looked like a man trying to undo years of mistakes in just a few gestures. But Angela wasn't budging. She stayed, focused on her businesses and her son, projecting an image of peace and independence. For her, the time of chasing reassurance was over. The woman who once gave the relationship everything had now turned her energy inward, and that shift was powerful. While Gotti tried to recapture the love he had once flaunted, Angela made it clear without words. She had already moved forward. As if heartbreak wasn't enough, Yo Gotti also found himself battling heavy rumors that threatened his career. Whispers of a potential RICO case surrounding his CMG label began circulating, especially as the Young Dolph murder trial resurfaced in the news. While nothing has been confirmed, the mere mention of his name in such conversations cast a dark cloud over his empire. For an artist like GloRilla, whose career is still rising, being tied to that kind of speculation was the last thing she needed. Her decision to go live and distance herself from Gotti suddenly made sense. She wanted to protect her bag and her brand. Angela, meanwhile, had no interest in getting dragged into the chaos. As a mother and businesswoman, she carefully guarded her image and stayed far away from messy drama. Her silence became a statement. She was leaving not just Gotti, but also the noise that surrounded him. For Gotti, it was a crushing blow. He didn't just lose Angela, he lost the steady presence who gave him credibility outside of music. When the breakup became public, social media wasted no time turning it into a spectacle. Memes flooded timelines, with many mocking Yo Gotti for chasing Angela for years, only to lose her in front of the world. Some fans labeled him desperate, pointing to his attempts to win her back as proof that he was clinging to something already gone. Others, however, saw his efforts as romantic, arguing that after pursuing her so openly, maybe he deserved a second chance. This divide highlighted how invested people were in their story. For some, it was entertainment, a hip-hop soap opera unfolding in real time. For others, it was sad to watch a man who once celebrated his dream relationship now appear vulnerable and shaken. Through it all, Angela kept her composure, posting about her businesses and her son, never addressing the drama directly. That silence only added to her image as someone unbothered and moving forward. While Gotti tried to piece things back together, Angela Simmons seemed to flourish on her own. She dedicated her time to raising her son, expanding her businesses, and strengthening her health and fitness brand. Observers noted that she appeared happier and more at peace, often posting uplifting messages and photos that radiated confidence. Rumors even surfaced that she might be entertaining new suitors, though Angela kept those details private. What mattered most was the clear message. She wasn't waiting around for Gotti to change. Her focus was on building a stable, positive life away from the noise. In a way, her silence became her loudest statement. While the internet debated whether Gotti deserved another chance, Angela had already chosen her path forward, one rooted in independence, grace, and quiet strength. What began as a fairy tale, a rapper chasing his dream woman and finally winning her heart, has ended as one of hip-hop's most public heartbreaks. Yo Gotti went from celebrating his victory to desperately trying to hold on, while Angela Simmons walked away with quiet dignity. Her silence, her focus on family and business, and her refusal to play into the drama became a powerful statement. In contrast, Gotti's image took hit after hit, from rumors about his label to GloRilla's public clowning, making him appear vulnerable in ways fans had never seen before. In the end, this isn't just a breakup story, it's a reminder that love alone isn't enough without consistency, respect, and time. Angela has moved forward, while Gotti is left reflecting on what he lost. And for millions watching, it's a story that still feels unfinished.